Okay, there we go. So it's now broadcasting this live on YouTube. So everybody mind their P's and Q's. Right, I'm going to go and take off and orbit the airfield.
Right, which one are you? That one.
The one that's moving.
Why don't we all do the same?
We could. I'm just going to taxi down to the other end though. I think it might be a bit hairy taking off with the tailwind. It's almost impossible to control the aeroplane.
Yeah.
Because of the tailwind. Okay, it doesn't need much of a takeoff run, does it?
Shouldn't do.
Unless you go through a farmer's field and hit a tree on the way to the runway.
Just do.
Don't forget to turn the smoke on for the stream.
Whoops.
And I'm up. Hurrah! That looks quite funny with the smoke on. So yeah, hopefully this will give people some idea of what the group flights are all about, really. I'm going to turn the smoke back off. It's actually quite off-putting, I think.
Patrick, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, Roy. Hi.
Would you do us a favour? Would you just nip into the classroom for us for a couple of secs, please?
Yep, hold on a second.
Patrick's been a naughty boy.
Everybody's slowly taking off again. So while this is orbiting, I'm going to try and control the second computer. Yeah, it's saying error occurred. How strange. But I can see the chat.
But I can't get on everybody else. Maybe everyone else can get on me.
I beg your pardon.
And had to take it the wrong way.
Jim, what do you mean?
I've lost everybody now.
I'm just coming back down towards the airfield. I got distracted switching on a second computer and getting a browser logged in. I somehow gained about 2,000 feet.
Patrick, did you get the cane?
I did. 6 of the very best.
Awesome.
Now I gave Roy a yoke because his broke, and my old Satec one was sitting around doing nothing. So I gave it to him. He's since bought a new yoke, and he asked if it was okay. He's passed mine on to the little kid.
Ah, that's cool.
So I said, no, I want it back now.
Oh, someone's got a helicopter that I don't have the model for. It's quite cool.
That's Willem, isn't it?
Yeah. I've just seen a Mooney or something take off vertically and spin round.
Yeah, when we came in, he was hovering by the side of the runway.
Oh my word, there's a graveyard here. There's a little church with a graveyard around it with gravestones.
It's all the
gotta be
steering
somewhere.
pilots.
The bad ones.
It's all the ones that
Probably a
keep
few
flying
good
up,
ones as well.
all the ones that keep flying upside down.
Those ones in that field have any add-ons to the steering like chains, color and whatnot?
I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to think where I saw it. Somewhere in the config file, there are different colours of smoke. But I know, wow.
Okay, and
When you
F-18
talk
just
about
joined us.
fixed
Yeah.
files, that's like swearing to me.
What config file?
Yeah.
But I've done it before in FSX. I've changed the colour of smoke. You just change it. You know, you go into the config file and you can change it. So I don't know whether you can. I'm not really sure where the config file is or how I found it.
Jonathan, what speed are you doing?
That's a good question. About 90 knots. Just circling the airfield at the moment.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to catch it. We've got to get this squadron going.
So is everybody back from making their coffee yet?
I don't know.
Like everybody's flying, except for a couple of folks on the ground.
We'll give it a couple more minutes then, and then we'll carry on.
Just Desperate Dave's left the runway.
Oh, he's probably making a posh coffee.
No, I'm still on the runway.
He's thawing himself out. So 300 degrees is the next leg, 35 miles. And that will take us to Bildadula, which is probably horrifically pronounced yet again, but there we go.
Hey, are you in the air again?
Hey, firm, doing arrows.
Like you.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Well, we have the air wing.
Bildudala.
We have an air wing rapidly forming on my port wing. All we need now is King Kong to go and attack, isn't it? And some machine guns.
Yeah, I can see you now behind me.
Oh, can't you guys fly in a straight line, for God's sake?
We're flying around and around the airfield.
There was a heading.
We've got a 3-bird squadron at least.
I'm on my way.
3.5.
I think everyone's in the air now, aren't they?
I think so.
So keep turning to 300 degrees now then. Try and avoid the
To do a
hillside.
commentary for your live stream.
No. This is an example of a group flight. So I'm on the outside view a lot so I can show off the other aeroplanes glinting in the sunshine. Oh look, someone's just gone past upside down.
That's what I.
Okay, let's get inside and have a look at the compass.
The back to front compass.
Yes. Okay, let's ease the throttle up to about 80%.
I'm joining you from the rear.
brace yourselves.
And there's an F-18 trying desperately to go slow enough, and he's about to hit the floor, and he just has.
Pat, look at my stream now.
You think I can look at your screen? Hang on. I'm doing aerobatics.
This is so cool.
It's a squadron.
Except we haven't got any machine guns. We'll have to just throw things.
I'm going to load up the military H-145.
5 Stearman, it's awesome.
Well, if you slow down a bit, I'd probably be able to catch you and join you.
Okay, well, cut the
Can't
throttles a
find
little bit.
That looks really good. Oh no.
So I've cut that to about
Your screen,
50%.
see where you are.
I've cut to about 50% throttle, so...
Come on, Mark, where are you?
They're way off track.
Yeah, we need to turn left a bit. Head for the headland over on the far side of the bay.
I don't know whether I'm in your guy's smoke or cloud.
Oh, that's a good point.
None of us are putting smoke out.
I'm going to put smoke on there.
Sure.
Which,
Yeah, if you turn your own smoke on, you see it on everyone else.
No, I've lost you.
let's just turn the smoke off. We're running at 50% throttle or just above 100 knots, so you should be able to catch yourself.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Right, I'm doing 120, so I should catch you, shouldn't I?
Yeah. And it's quite a long drag to the next waypoint, so... Well, if this isn't an advertisement for group flights, I don't know what is.
Oh, that's awesome now.
Oh, there's an F-18 coming in. He's going to have a job doing 100 knots. It's him, innit? It had to be. Dangerous Dave.
I'm not in a what was it? 15 a minute Spitfire.
Oh, sorry, I got it wrong, isn't it? It's Desperate Dave, not Dangerous Dave.
Yeah.
Des Pratt.
Oh, is that the F... No, it's the F-18, isn't it? Yeah. Obviously, I'm saying that because I don't have a Spitfire, I guess.
Oh, I saw an F-18. We've got different scripts, Dave.
Yeah, this is the airplane having one.
Yeah, I've got this other one.
Proper job.
Let's have a look at the map. Yeah, we're getting way off the track at the moment, so I'm just cutting back.
The trouble is that we're flying at about 2/3 throttle. That's what bloody engine.
Yeah, same as the other one.
Number 3 squadron leader, tally ho, tally ho.
He goes to Ginger.
That was an amazing sight when I looked back and saw that F-18 there. I could hear it.
Pack, look at my live stream now.
I can't. Hang on. I'm trying to fly.
Oh, this almost works now for the...
That's good.
Was it Armstrong and Miller that had the sketch where he said, sorry, I have to go and see the CO. Something about painting my Spitfire yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome now.
These really aren't the aeroplanes to be flying around Iceland, though, are they?
No.
Plenty of room for the shopping, though.
Oh dear.
Okay.
PJam.
So for all of the international people on the stream, Iceland is the name of a supermarket chain in the UK.
Who got sued by the country, Iceland, for using their name?
Really?
They did.
Yeah, but they won, didn't they?
They did.
Pat, look at my stream now.
I'm trying to look at the map. Hang on. Good.
I'm doing rolls around the steerman.
So for anybody who watches this on YouTube, we are flying with a group on the internet called VirtualFlight.Online that meets up on Discord. So just search Google for VirtualFlight.Online and you'll find it. We fly every Sunday evening, just a relaxed flight somewhere or other around the world. And I've just flown into a cloud and I can't see a thing.
Oh dear, who's that doing turns around me?
It's me!
He thinks he's a red arrow, doesn't he?
For God's sake, Lee.
Okay, I'm going to have to descend because the cloud is pretty thick.
Oh, it's so cool.
I can't find you guys at all.
Come on, Mark, you're nearly there.
Have you checked us on Little Nav map, Patrick?
Yeah, I'll look at little nav map.
Right over the water.
We're halfway there, right on the line.
Yeah, I've got you. I can see you, but I can't see in
We're
real
just,
life.
yeah, we're just coming past that headland that's sticking out.
I'm 2,000 feet. Oh, there you are, finally. That little ghost in the clouds. You're all too high.
Yeah, we're just coming down.
Is that an instruction squadron leader?
No, I've got you.
Yeah, we're just down to 2,000 feet now and descending.
I'm good there.
Is that lunatic Lee doing circuits and rolls?
Yeah, and Mark is nothing.
How many are there? 7 of us now.
6, I think.
And an F-18. No, is it a Spitfire that looks like an F-18? It's going to make a noise in a moment.
He ran right into you.
He did. Let's do this from inside.
Stay there, Mark.
Oh my word, this is just like screenshot heaven, isn't it?
I'll let you do the screenshots.
How are we doing on the route? Okay, we're turned away again. Need to go past this headland.
Keep an eye on your fuel gauges, boys.
Yeah, I'll get the petrol can out in flight and fill it up if I need to. Chip a few bits off.
Of what?
The ice in my jerry can.
Yeah, this is very, very good.
Anyone saw the Battle of Britain? I think Lee represents the Polish.
They were fantastically successful fighter pilots though, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah, but they were totally undisciplined and wouldn't stay in formation.
But they killed more than any other group, I think.
That's absolutely true.
I guess they were fighting for something though, weren't they? Because they'd had their homeland
Yeah,
invaded.
they had an added incentive, didn't they?
Yep. Revenge.
They've been flying as fighter pilots much longer than the RAF were.
I saw
Well,
it. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say they were seen as inferior, though, weren't they?
Right.
Only by the RAF.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to climb over the top of this headland then. We're going straight line really now across the land to Bildadula.
I just fly us through a squadron of spearmen.
Bildudala, sorry.
Formation landing.
I hope not. I'm on the bottom.
So, looking at the wind, we will be going into runway 22 at Bildadala. And after that, the airfields come pretty thick and fast. They're only sort of 10-15 miles apart all the way to home.
Looks like a lot of clouds ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, isn't it?
I just moved my time slide and the sunset looks good.
Smoke looks good at sunset. All of your flights end up like this, Jonathan. Any cloud.
It's just pure luck, isn't it?
I reckon the sim does it to us. If you fly for a certain length of time, it suddenly makes things cloudy.
We were very lucky the other week when we flew into, where was it? Where we had the fog on the final airfield.
That was fun.
Glad you thought so.
Yeah, you must remember it, Jim.
Yeah, Jim got the round of applause.
I did, yeah.
Because we were all sat on the ground watching the fog thicken up as he was on approach. It was Italy, wasn't it? That's where it was.
Yeah, I can't remember the airfield.
I can't remember if he talked about this recently or not, but I was watching one of Mover CW Lemoyne's YouTube videos, and I think he was on about, it was one of his helicopter videos maybe, and he was on about the difference between GA pilots and military pilots when they go into low visibility. And most military pilots are taught to climb out of it, whereas most GA pilots are taught to descend.
To get below the cloud,
Yeah, whereas a military pilot will just go up.
to give them space to crash. Give them altitude.
Yeah.
You guys call that smoke?
Oh, I haven't got smoke on at the moment.
No, I have, but the smoke I see is quite thin. Also, I think my engine's probably seizing up. Or icing up, perhaps.
Yeah, my fuel is getting low. I'll have to refill soon.
What's the range on these?
I have no idea.
We're about to find out.
68 gallons, isn't it?
46 US.
So what's the freezing temperature of fuel? Will the fuel freeze in realism settings?
Avgas won't freeze, no. The other stuff, Jet A1 will. Avgas is petroleum, isn't it? Same stuff you put in a car.
But
Whereas
the mild gun is crap.
Jet A1 is paraffin.
Diesel, right?
No, Jet A1 is paraffin, isn't it?
It's kerosene.
Yeah, that's what we call paraffin.
Diesel is first to freeze.
Okay, so we're going to lose all of this height again in a moment to descend for the airfield.
It's just we get over the hills first before we descend.
Yes.
John, did you get some good screenshots when we were all in formation?
I did.
Fab.
Okay, so just head for the end of the headland and then turn left along the hillside, I guess. The runway is somewhere over the crest of the hill that we're flying over. Down in the valley.
The valley below.
Well, actually, no, it's behind it. This simulator just looks so real sometimes, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
I shut my window.
I don't think I've got any windows.
Windshield, I guess, or windscreen.
Okay, we can see the airfield.
Full stop or
No, it's all
touch and go?
touch and goes now all the way to the end. Unless you need to get some fuel on board. I'm going to lean out with my petrol can right now and do it.
I'm okay, thank you. Wing walkers welcome, eh?
I need someone to scrape my windshield.
You on the ground, Jonathan?
Just coming down now.
That's not Dave in the F-18, or whatever that.
I think it
last-
might be.
No, whoever that is not on transmitter.
Okay, I think I've made the sim go wrong. Which is interesting.
What have you done?
The dust kick up from the tyre got stuck on the tyre, so I was making clouds and clouds of dust. It's stopped now.
Oh.
That's an interesting one. Interesting bug. Okay, so next leg is 260 degrees, 11 miles to Patreksfjorda. And that's going to be a wicked crosswind, but I guess it could be sheltered by the valley when we get there.
Yeah. Nice looking beach here. Maybe go paddling.
Or ice skating.
Yeah.
Patreksfjorda.
And I'm now getting snow.
Yeah, I've got it as well.
Snow or ice?
Difficult to tell.
Headwind.
Yeah, quite a strong one. So I'm going to go runway 32 at Patreksfjorda.
You have to pronounce the O. Patreksfjorda.
Slow down a bit.
Quite a good crosswind on this landing.
Well, I'm just hoping that the wind is going to be less severe in the valley.
I wouldn't bet on it.
It might not be a landing at all.
We'll see.
I think this is pretty close to where they have got the beluga whales that were in captivity that they rescued.
Oh yes.
And they live in, if you look at the airport, they live on the left. Well, the approach that we're going in, they live that bottom end. There's a whole sanctuary there for them. I think they've got about 5 now.
Doesn't that make them captive?
Well, it does, but they couldn't survive. They couldn't survive on their own in the sea. They don't believe.
Right.
But they've got. I mean, that's a huge area that they've got to feed in, and they are self-feeding at the moment. The hope is that one day they might actually be able to release them, and they've got the mechanism there to be able to do that and just release them into the ocean. But at the moment, they're still sort of semi-feeding them, if you like.
Was it John Bishop went to visit them?
He did indeed, yeah. There's been several people that have been there. There was a whole raft of people visiting Iceland. I think they had one film crew for about 5 different people filming them at different times.
Right, I mean, it just suddenly came to me. I saw John Bishop doing something in Iceland with the whales.
Yeah, that's at the sanctuary. he was there. Mark, we can't hear you.
I think this crosswind is going to be out of limits for my steerman.
I think you're right.
Is that better? Worse than that is finding the runway.
No, I think I can see the runway. I can see there's lights on the end of it.
Just recognisable.
It's a bit better, Mark.
So I'm going to keep an eye on little nav map. So I've got 24 knots at the moment. I'm still at 1,500 feet.
There we go. Is that better?
Beautiful.
That's better. Thank you.
Yeah, the wind is dropping off. It's going to be about 15 knots at ground level, I think.
17 right now, 100 feet above the ground. At 17 at the airport.
Yeah, so it's doable for a touch and go. Just.
You not heard about flying sideways?
Remember that day we went to Kodiak?
Yeah.
Vertical takeoffs in Kodiaks. At Kodiak.
Wind socket straight at.
Okay, I'm going to circle round and fly a circuit here while we're waiting for everyone to have a crack at that.
I think there's only one behind to come in.
Oh, I can see 3 lined up coming in on approach.
Pat, Mark, and then me, I think.
Yep. Okay, so next leg from here is north. 7 degrees, 7 miles to Olafsvik.
I just crashed my spit and all the props all bent up.
Oh.
I think about one.
And you think you're going to get another prop there in Iceland?
Pretty common, weren't they? They made thousands of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Just looking at the land. Yeah, I'm going to go over the top. I was going to debate about going around the headland, but it's quite a long way round.
Can anybody see the name tag of that F-18?
No.
I haven't got name tags on, so... But they're not-
T-Man box. T-Man Xbox.
Is it?
I've only bent one prop.
Oh, that'll be alright then.
It'd just be a bit imbalanced.
Twin thingy.
One blade.
It'll still fly.
I think my chap hasn't got a scarf on. I bet he wishes he had one.
Is his name Rupert?
Rupert the bear.
He's got check trousers and a red jumper.
No, he hasn't got a scarf, that's the point. Yellow check, wasn't it?
Well, we used to call officers, they were all known as Ruperts.
Yep, they still are. Well, in the Navy they are.
Yep. And in the Marine.
Of course, that's a similar thing, aren't they?
So,
Yep,
looking at
they
the wind...
still are, Jim.
Sorry?
They still are called Ruperts.
Nice to hear. Some things just don't change.
Oh, it's tradition, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So, I'm guessing it doesn't matter which direction again, because it's just a strong crosswind again.
And I expect you can tell us why officers drag their swords on the floor.
To keep them sharp.
You slow down there. That F-18 just hit the ground.
Now it's the Spitfire, which is coming out again.
No, it's Dave, it's somebody else.
There's somebody with an F-18.
I have no idea why they drag their swords, actually.
Right, in I think it was the 15th, maybe 16th century, I can't remember when. No, maybe later than that. There was a mutiny, and the officers crept around dead of night and slew all the mutineers.
Since then, yeah, okay, I can see that.
That was judged unfair
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they shouldn't have been sneaking around. And I think it was Queen Anne decided that officers would have to drag their swords on the deck.
Was this applicable to all military?
No, just the Navy, I believe. So they were told whenever they're walking or marching or moving around ship, they will drag their swords on the floor so that the crewmen can hear them. So they can't be snuck up on and slew in their sleep. And
Right.
apparently they asked the current Queen if she would reverse that command, that royal command, and she said no. It was another Queen who gave you that command. I'm not about to change her command.
Quite right too, for that.
To this day, they still have to drag their sword on the
I
floor.
think the F-18 just went in again.
I think it's flying next one.
Hey, this is Kent. Thanks for the fun flight today. I've got to drop off a little early. Have a good day.
That was good fun. See you soon.
Alright.
Cheers, bye for now.
I'm still with you, John.
I'm just watching the lights coming in behind us. Okay, so where's the next leg? We should be turning right here, shouldn't we? Following Sparky.
57 degrees.
And there's a huge hill in the way.
Climb up quick.
Oh, the valley is good. Come down the valley.
It climbs well, doesn't it?
It does. Go full throttle, it can climb like nobody's business.
Have you done any aerobatics in it yet, Jim?
I've done a couple of inverted and rolls.
Yeah, rolls is...
Mark has actually done a loop.
Yeah, it's got a great roll rate.
It will look like there's no tomorrow. It just goes up and over.
And try an Immelman.
Yeah, I did one of those the other day as well. Superb aircraft.
I was just going to say, the people that are following me, it's probably dangerous because I keep looking at the map and realising we're way off track.
Yep.
We're just correcting
It's
for
the
that.
blind leading the blind, Jonathan.
It really is.
We're going to Thingery now.
I'm just searching
Thingery,
on the
yeah.
map. Yeah, Thingery. Thingery.
Steady.
The hillsides are amazing around here, aren't they?
Well, they've
I
done
don't
a great
realize
job
how
of
close we are to the ground until I see my shadow.
Yeah.
I remember seeing these hillsides. Reminds me, years ago in the UK, there was a bit of a monopoly when the satellite channels were all the rage before the internet appeared. There was a couple of channels that had a monopoly on all of the sport. So they had Formula 1 and MotoGP and everything else. And when Sky first started, they didn't have the licenses for anything else. Or, for anything worth watching. So they bought in shows like hill climbing in Iceland. So it's basically a bunch of rich farmers with these contraptions they'd made trying to race up volcanic hillsides.
It's a big sport, buddy.
And look where they are now.
I'm getting thrown all over the place now.
I was going to say the hillsides were 1-in-1, and they were 1-in-0.
It was ridiculous, yeah. They ended up on cliffs, didn't they?
Yep, straight up.
It was oddly compulsive viewing, though.
Well, you're not old enough to remember the hill climbs that we used to have on TV.
I remember I've seen footage of it.
That
Where
kind
you'd have one guy in the passenger seat,
Yep.
he'd be bouncing up and down to try and get some grip.
Yeah.
But that has dated me, hasn't it?
Okay, so we're en route to Thingeri. That's probably horrendously pronounced again, but
They don't pronounce TH as th.
okay,
It's a hard T.
okay.
Tiingere.
That's what you said, isn't it, Jonathan?
If you have to pronounce the N, Tien. Tiingere or Tingeri.
Scenery around here is incredible, isn't it? If you look over off your right wing at the moment, if you're over the ice,
Beautiful.
Wow.
that's another screenshot, isn't it?
Should be able to fly up the valley between these hills, Jonathan.
Yep.
Change the time to 1836 UTC. Look at that.
Let's have a look. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I hope to have a quick look at the map before I hit hillside.
Smoke shows up better.
What, from the crash?
With a bit of orange tinge from the setting sun.
I hear a big jet coming up behind me.
This is going to be one of the longest flights we've done, isn't it? Because we're heading towards 2 hours. Usually we aim for about an hour and a half, don't we?
Yeah.
Having too much fun tootling along at 100 knots in a biplane.
Air Force interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Just coming over the top of the hill. That is the one saving grace, isn't it, Jim, of this plane? It can climb like nobody's business.
Yeah, it can. It's a beauty. When you got it last week, I thought I've got to have a look at that. It looks like fun.
It's easy to fly as well.
Same day and just got in it, and oh yeah, it is. It just reacts so well.
It's a trainer, isn't it? So
I've been sitting here with my bloody rudder on for ages, and my feet frozen. I don't need it on anymore.
Tailwind.
Yeah, it is pretty much actually. Right.
So are we going runway 30? No, was it 32 at Tingiri.
You can take your pick really. It's either way, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a crosswind either way.
Okay, so I've got visuals on the airfield.
I've got mist as I approach the airfield.
It's clear on the other side of the airfield, the lake. What's the attack?
Has everybody got their nav lights on? Because I'm seeing more on the map than I'm seeing in the sky.
Does the steerman have nav maps?
No.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Right hand side, Jim.
Okay, they're on. Thank you.
Knot crosswind.
Oh, that was good. Just as I took off, Jonathan landed behind me.
I think that was me.
Oh, it was you. Oh,
There's three of us together. We were all within yards of each other.
Oh, that was great. That was really cool.
So I saw both of you go across my nose. Okay, so we're heading north. 357 degrees, 11 miles.
How many watches have you got, Jonathan?
Not many at the moment, only a few.
There are some.
Yep. But the great thing about live streams is once they finish, they become available just as a normal video.
Yeah.
Where's everybody gone? I've lost you. You're all behind me.
I think it might be ahead of you.
Just looking on the map, we're all heading out across the ice. Then we can follow.
I'm on the other side of the.
Yeah. You can
So
pretty.
do they-
You can pretty much
they-
follow the headland, to be honest. And then there's an inlet that we can take.
You okay out there on your own, Dave?
Yeah, I'm looking for pylons.
Just can't help yourself, can you?
Dave, you need to see the doctor, mate.
Well, the trouble is, I like clipping treetops, but I put a different program in.
My hedge needs clipping at home. You can come round if you want.
What I'm saying, with the new program, the trees are too small now. We can't do it. Oh, nearly hit a pylon.
Yeah, those clouds.
Well, that's impressive. It's lucky you can find one in this.
Well, it's someone's
This
slewing.
valley I'm running, just coming into the airport, is pylons. You'll see them in a minute, because you'll be coming along there.
Okay, I'm going to go over the top of the hill. It's easier than going round.
I'm crabbing here quite badly.
Doing all of it, see where everybody's got to.
God, this climbs so beautifully.
Gets you out of trouble, doesn't it?
It's gorgeous. Effortless.
Come on, Lee, hurry up.
Ooh, we missed some.
I'm taking the scenic route.
Okay, so where would this valley take me? Straight to the airfield, apparently.
Yeah, there's
It's
Lovely lot of pylons in the middle of the valley.
yeah, this valley.
Oh, you just love it, don't you, Dave?
I bet you're the only person looking out the window when you fly over northern Canada, aren't you? And you see pylons. Why are the pylons there?
There's a lot of myths and that. There might be chicken houses. Or
Look, there's a twotter.
So a lot of these valleys look like they've been formed by glaciers, don't they?
I think that's what they are.
They just have that kind of flowing look to them.
too well polished.
The trees look good as well, don't they, with snow on them?
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty good paint.
This one might be a heck of a tailwind.
Oh, I've just paused.
Getting hit by it already.
So the sim has just paused, so I'll be a few seconds and then I'll rejoin and wait for everybody to reload.
I'm doing 166 knots.
Is it making creaking noises?
Oh, it does that, doesn't it? It makes a lot of noise. It really protests.
There we go.
Yeah, I was going to say it's protesting.
So I'll speed up a bit, seeing as I've been fallen behind now. Yeah, here comes the creaking.
There are some bounders flying the wrong way.
That's me.
Yeah, me.
Oh, hi, Lyndon.
Sorry, I've been multitasking, so I've overflying at a high altitude fly back.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, thank you for the birthday message the other day. I tried to respond. I hope Google
You did a
Translate
good job,
worked.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fluent.
The magic of Google Translate.
Better than your Icelandic.
Yes.
Yeah, well done. We've had a good birthday.
Yeah, it was great, thank you.
I'm 21 every day.
He wasn't 21 every day. He's been 21 for several days, haven't you?
Yes.
I think you got the numbers the wrong way round, isn't it? 12.
Ooh.
I wish I was.
Sorry about that.
Oh, to be 12 again.
Irresistible.
Did you see the story in the paper this week about that guy that went back? Sorry?
The next one, Sudaredi.
Ah. Yeah, did anybody see the story in the paper this week about the guy that went back to school and faked his age?
That's years ago.
Yes, but the story just came out again, didn't it, for whatever reason?
Alright.
So he went back to a secondary school when he was 30 years old and faked being like 15.
Yeah.
Nobody suspected.
Boy.
Who'd want to do that?
The girls weren't so sure.
This is the thing, and he tried to keep his head down apparently and not kind of, not do too well on purpose. I think he'd been made redundant or something, or he'd been dropped out or he didn't get into one of the universities he wanted to get into, and he never quite got over that apparently, and so yeah, several years later he went back to secondary school and faked his identity. Strange.
Yeah, somebody said, why? Why the hell would you?
Yeah, exactly. When I hear the drama from my daughters about just being at college, I think, I'm glad I'm out of that.
Well, I remember my last couple of years at school. Sheer hell.
Going in on 12.
I'm just looking. Yeah, can do. So I'll turn out past the headland.
To the last airport.
This is nice.
Yeah, the last airport is Isselfjordur, which was it was one of the feature airfields, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on the landing trail.
5 o'clock Lee. 4 o'clock Bo. 3 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
Okay, where is the airfield?
Round the corner.
Yeah, just around this peninsula.
The view I'm seeing in my stream is jumpy, and yet I'm flying smooth as anything.
That's bitrate.
Plus it's only 720 resolution, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's the bitrate that causes it to drop the frames.
I gotta admit, I'm maxed out on everything.
It's whatever Discord is doing though, isn't it?
Okay, so which way is the wind from?
I'm following this valley.
Crosswind.
Yeah,
It's not affecting it because there's a hill right in the way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which side of the cockpit to hang out of to see where I'm going.
I would suggest the right-hand side.
Well, I've gone left, but it doesn't really matter.
I'm going to come in from the seaward side on this last airport.
The trees in the middle on approach and departure.
I'm the leader of the pack, which makes me such a jolly chap.
Are you?
Well, apart from Dave out there in his big aeroplane.
So I'm going to do the circuit here and watch the approaches just for the live stream more than anything.
I'm recording it.
I'm going to come around and have a look as well.
View of the airport.
Hits you very quickly as you come round the corner.
That's that yellow thing you had out the other day, Jonathan, isn't it?
Yep.
Yellow thing.
Banana!
Well, I don't know what it is.
It's a banana!
So
We outnumber everything else tonight.
Roy, there's 6 of us in the same aircraft.
That was there?
130 degrees for the next leg. Flying along
I
the...
have to say, this has been one of the most enjoyable flights. It's been fabulous.
Yeah, Iceland is just fantastic scenery, isn't it? I'm going to go back
it's been a
to...
very good flight with all the steermans and everything.
I'm going to go back to...
Trouble
Whoa!
is in summer it's all black, isn't it?
Actually, no, it's very green.
That live weather come up, all gone black. Is that you messing about, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Oh.
There is a lot of black, but there's also a lot of green. And the sea is a beautiful blue.
Where's this steerman thing come from then?
DC Designs.
Okay.
You can get it...
$10.99. It cost me $8.99 with what did I have? Coupons, if you like, from previous purchases.
What are you doing up there, Mark?
It's been out for quite a while though.
Yeah.
I've had it for ages, but I just haven't flown it until we flew it the other day when we went to Lesotho, and that was good fun.
Yeah, it's my favourite fun aeroplane.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's great for scenery, scenic tours, isn't it? Because it's low and slow.
Yeah.
And it's easy to fly as well. Very docile. Okay, so where is... Okay, we just carry on.
I wonder who could be in that Spitfire.
So we just carry on straight along here, don't we? So when we get to the end, there's that hump in the middle of the valley, and then it's just down to the left, okay.
That was close. I mistook a liner.
They don't look anything like pylons, Dave.
I mistook it for the runway. It was all lit up. Mere dust. I'm just landing on the runway, which is just past the liner.
I've gone into PC designs and it's all computers.
No, DC design.
Delta Charlie.
Oh, DC.
Is it in market? It's not in marketplace, is it?
I think it's made by DC Designs. I might have bought it from Just Flight. Yeah.
I bought it in the marketplace because it was on sale.
I can't remember if I bought it from Just Flight.
I think I got it from Just Flight.
I definitely got it for Just Flight because I had points, 200 points, which I traded for £2. From previous purchases, like the, what's it called? The Hawk.
Who's that with the bright lights coming towards us over there on the left?
Oop, pylons on top of the mountain.
That liner's not going to be going anywhere.
Oh, I've just paused again.
You have a load of those tonight.
I have. There's obviously all sorts of bugs in the graphics or the multiplayer engine or whatever it is that causes it.
What, for that particular aircraft?
No, just in general.
Nobody else has had any problem, have they?
No. It's completely random, yeah. So all the multiplayers have vanished and they will come back. But it'll take them a minute or two.
Oh, there's a ski lift over here if you have that add-on.
No, I don't.
So the official flight simulator flight the other night also recommended Southeast Asia because it works better. So that's quite fun.
Oh, we're just running mine over. Alright, no. It is off. Lights off.
Yeah, I will admit I've tried to do some of their official flights, but I usually last about 10 minutes and you get so many idiots in there that I end up just logging off.
We're going in on 2.6 here.
Yeah.
Well, I am.
Just looking at the wind, yeah, it'll have to be, won't it?
Well, that's a big lump of ice.
Yeah, it is.
Gin and tonic, please, with one big lump of ice.
I'm going to do a few circuits here, I think. There's a nice church, isn't there, modelled down in the village?
Pretty looking little town, isn't it?
I'm going to overfly the village before I come in to visit the airfield.
Isafiodor.
It's easy for you to say.
On 06, you won't see that aircraft carrier.
You know my secret? The Viking series. I learnt Latin from Julius Caesar, Icelandic from Vikings.
I just watched a series on Netflix, Valhalla.
Oh, I told you about that, didn't I?
Yeah, it's quite gruesome, isn't it?
Is it called No, it's not called Valhalla, is it?
The one you
Ragnarok.
I know, watched this is...
Oh, separate thing, okay.
Yeah, I watched that as well.
Okay. It's quite scary flying towards this wall, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm guessing this can't be an approach in real life.
You're pretty close to it. Oh, I'm not close enough.
Follow the hillside. Brings you into the runway.
Follow the road.
How'd you spell this Stearman?
STEA.
Tango. Steerman.
Try again, 2 of you went together.
Sierra Tango, Echo, Alpha, Romeo, Mike, Alpha, November. DC, Delta Charlie, Designs.
My only criticism, it ain't got an autopilot.
I'm going to go around and do another
That's one of
circuit.
the good things about it.
EC Designs PT17 Steerman.
That's
yeah?
the one.
That's it.
N99, I've got 4.99s worth of vouchers.
Do it, Roy. I'm sure you won't regret it.
Okay.
That's best £6 worth you'll ever buy.
It is great fun to fly.
I think they might have done themselves a disservice making it so cheap.
Well, it's quite a simple aeroplane though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But if
They
you
were
put...
in those days.
Bit of a tip though, if you put headphones on, decent headphones, the engine noise is unbelievably brilliant.
It's fantastic.
It's really thumpy.
But you can't talk while it's on, or you can't hear anyone else.
Yeah, I had to turn it down to
Give it
20%.
full throttle and hear a brake up.
It's a real thumpy kind of engine noise though, isn't it?
Like bass sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have a butt kicker that makes my seat shake to it, and you can really feel this engine.
Oh, that's cool.
I thought this was going to be the stupidest thing in the world. It's the best add-on I have, other than VR.
You got VR and a butt kicker.
Yep. If you have VR, you got to get it. I can't fly without it now.
You get a big kick in the butt when you do something wrong.
You can feel a hard landing.
Really?
I'd rather not be reminded. Anyway, I'm going to pull the plug, so good night to everyone. I enjoyed your company.
Yep, that was good fun, wasn't it?
Night, Dave. Likewise. Yeah, me too. Thanks all.
Cool. See you soon.
Cheers, Dave.
Yeah, night. Night, Dave.
Thank you.
See my superb parking, Lee?
I was just looking at that. Yeah, cool.
I am all over the place. It doesn't help that it's icy, I guess.
Lee and I are lined up perfect.
I'm just coming over.
You
I'll,
last one down again?
No, I've been down here ages. I'm sitting looking at all you guys fly in.
I'm going to come and park next
First
to...
plane you see on the left-hand side.
I'm going to park next to Patrick and...
I'll come up there as well.
Do.
Screenshot City.
I think I was about third down, actually, Mark.
I think you came in just after Lee, didn't you?
Yeah, I
I
think
see.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
There we go. Wheel brakes on. And cut the fuel. And pull the mixture back. And then turn the electric off.
Right, so I used... I don't know how much I started with, but I had to fill up. And I've almost used all the fuel that I put in.
Okay, I'm going to go
Easily used a tank full.
out for the drone camera and get some photos of these guys.
Lights off. Avionics off. Why doesn't my logbook work?
That's a really good question.
Are you in the dev mode?
Yes.
It don't work then.
Oh, someone's just put their plane into the bank of dirt.
It's a virtual flight livery too.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it was good.
Who's parked their steer?
Look at that.
Hill? Is that you, Mark?
Say again?
Are you down? Can you see 4 planes to your left, or are you with the 4? Steermans.
I see the 4 to my left.
Yeah, come up and join us. Make it 5. Be a good screenshot.
That's ridiculous. If anybody can see the YouTube stream, it's pretty funny.
Oh, hang on.
You guys need a helicopter down there? I'll be there in a sec.
Mark, you're supposed to use the runway, not go over the grassy hill.
I have my own drummer, thank you.
Oh, someone's about to do a low pass by the look of it.
That's very good, Jonathan.
There's somebody about to do a low pass. You're going to buzz the tower. Oh my word, it's the fastest approach I've ever seen.
Going round.
Who's going around?
Someone just well. It just
This is a popular airfield. You're always going to get people flying here.
Willem 35 just flew over and kept going.
In the helicopter.
Anyway,
There's a cruise ship frozen in the lake over here.
I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed that, guys. Thanks very much indeed.
Great scenery, thank you.
Really good, and
Great fun.
Look at that screenshot. That's ridiculous.
You see there's a comment, Theo Soleil, Virtual Flight Online, best server.
Very cool. Right, I'm going to shut things down for the evening.
Thanks, Jonathan. That was awesome.
Very, very good flight.
It's really cool. I'm going to make moves as well. Good night, everyone, and catch up with you when I do.
Yeah.
Have a good
Good
week,
night.
everyone.
See you soon.
Have a good one.
everybody. Tomorrow, Mark.
Night.
That was a really excellent flight, and I thoroughly enjoyed flying as a squadron. Thank you, guys.
Okay, good night from
See you
Isolfjorda.
on Tuesday.
Okay, see you soon.
Cheers.
Night all.